What can only be described as a political earthquake shook South Africa when news broke that a high-profile arrest warrant had been issued for senior leaders of the African National Congress. The ripple effects were immediate. Corridors of power rattled, long-time observers stunned. This was no ordinary warrant. It targeted some of the most influential figures in the ruling party, striking at the very heart of its leadership. For years, the ANC has battled allegations of corruption, factionalism, and leadership failures. But an arrest warrant for its own top members signals an unprecedented crisis, one that could unravel the party's long-standing grip on power. The burning question now, who is next? And when that name is revealed, the shock could tear through Lutherley House with unimaginable force. To grasp the gravity of this moment, we must step back. The ANC has been under relentless scrutiny from multiple fronts: the State Capture Commission, ongoing corruption probes, and a public increasingly outraged at broken promises. State institutions have been weakened, public trust eroded. And yet, despite wave after wave of scandal, the party appeared untouchable. Presidents have been forced out, scandals have been exposed, but the ANC machine always seemed to survive, adapting and enduring. Until now. This warrant is more than paperwork. It is a signal that law enforcement is no longer willing to hold back, no matter how high the political cost. It sends a direct message: no one is above the law. And this time, the wheels of justice are turning with greater force than ever before. Though official names remain sealed, insiders suggest the target list includes some of the ANC's most powerful and controversial figures. These are men and women long rumored to have deep ties to questionable deals, questionable benefactors, and abuses of office. Their influence shaped the ANC's internal battles for decades. To see them now caught in the crosshairs of justice is nothing short of seismic. Speculation is mounting. Sources whisper that the next name to surface will be explosive, a senior leader whose downfall could upend the balance of power entirely. If the rumors prove true, the ANC will face not just embarrassment, but the collapse of a faction that has dominated for years. Analysts predict that when the announcement comes, it may mark the ANC's most destabilizing moment in recent history, perhaps the most destabilizing in its entire existence. Inside Lutherley House, tension runs high. Senior officials are scrambling, holding emergency meetings, drafting legal strategies, and desperately searching for damage control. Publicly, they attempt to present unity, to project an image of calm. But behind the carefully worded statements and stern faces, the fear is real. This crisis could deepen factional divides, fuel long-standing rivalries, and shatter fragile alliances. Even loyal cadres are asking, who can be trusted? Who might be next? And how far does the rot truly go? In public, the ANC strikes a defiant tone, dismissing the warrants as politically motivated attacks. Leaders accuse hostile forces of trying to destabilize the movement. They blame biased institutions and claim that the justice system is being weaponized. These are familiar tactics, repeated often in times of scandal. But this time, the unease is undeniable. Behind closed doors, leaders are quietly questioning what comes next, and whether the party can survive the storm intact. The stakes stretch far beyond legal challenges. A power vacuum could emerge, destabilizing leadership at the very moment South Africa desperately needs stability. Resignations, suspensions, and internal showdowns are all possible outcomes. For a party already divided by bitter factions, such an implosion could be catastrophic. Opposition parties are watching closely, ready to exploit the chaos. Civil society, activists, and ordinary voters are demanding answers. And across the nation, citizens who once placed their faith in the liberation movement are watching with growing disillusionment. Once hailed as the movement of liberation, freedom, and hope, the ANC now faces one of its gravest crises. For decades, it stood as a symbol of resilience, credited with ending apartheid and ushering in democracy. But the glow of that legacy has dimmed under the shadow of scandal, corruption, and unfulfilled promises. This arrest warrant is more than a headline. It is a reckoning, for the ANC, for its leaders, and for South Africa's democracy itself. It challenges entrenched power. It exposes uncomfortable truths. And it forces the nation to confront difficult questions about the kind of leadership it wants, and the future it deserves. The ANC is at a crossroads, reform or collapse, renewal or irrelevance. And make no mistake, this story is only beginning. The next name could change everything. If the whispers are true, if the warrants extend to the very top echelons of power, then the consequences will be historic. South Africa has endured corruption scandals before, but never has the law struck so close to the heart of the ruling party. Never has the question of accountability been this unavoidable. As the nation waits, the air is thick with speculation and fear. Political insiders trade rumors in hushed tones. Analysts warn of instability. Citizens, weary of broken promises, demand justice. And within Lutherley House, the walls seem to close in. The ANC, once untouchable, now stands vulnerable. Its future uncertain. Its unity fragile. Its grip on power perhaps weaker than ever before. This moment is not just about arrests. It is about accountability. It is about whether South Africa can truly hold its leaders to the same standards as ordinary citizens. It is about whether justice can prevail over political protection. It is about whether a democracy forged in sacrifice can live up to its promises. For the ANC, this is more than a scandal. It is a reckoning with its own legacy. For South Africa, it is a turning point, a test of whether its institutions can withstand the storm. And for the people, it is a chance to demand that their leaders finally answer for the corruption that has stolen so much from their future. And so, the nation waits. The caravan of justice has begun to move. The next name to fall could shift history itself. This is African Investigation, uncovering the truth.